high levels of sewage in the water due to the heavy rains. But you know what's weird is like, depending upon how much rain it is, could be like the next day or a couple of days later if it rained heavily. And then they'll say, okay, the beaches are now open again because there are acceptable levels of sewage in the water. Doesn't that make you go kind of like, huh? Yeah. All right, so here's the audio check here. What am I doing? Hello? I hear me. All right, so that means that there's plenty of good audio here. Wow, I'm coming in great despite the static. I'm at 10 over. I am strapping. All right, so where is all of you people?
Tuning up.
Tuning up. Okay. All right. What do I say here? I don't know, man. Talk back and forth virtually with Gary. See that, Gary? You don't. Oh, you're checking on Johnny Hawaii. You know, I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, everyone needs to like this, because that just doesn't work. That just doesn't work. So anybody who says, oh yeah, you'll love this, no, it means you love this. It doesn't mean anybody else is going to. And I heard this, actually, I heard the song, what was the song that I heard? What was the first song that I heard from Johnny Hawaii that kicked everything off for me?
Hey, Giant, thanks for the host, buddy.
Cut. Whatever it is, it was the first cut on the... Oh! I almost had it. Darn it, old age is starting to strangle my brain. It's the first cut on Smurfs Up. Anyway, I heard that, and it's like, what is this? Again, I thought it was great. And then hit the Shazam app. Have you guys ever tried Shazam? I think, even though my company develops apps, I think Shazam is probably by light years the most amazing app in its functionality.
And Connor with the host. Thanks, man.
Anything could ever unseat I almost said WhatsApp. And nothing could, in my mind, nothing could ever unseat Shazam as the most amazing, technologically amazing app ever. I think it was light years ahead of its time when it came out. Still unparalleled. And what it is it's a music identification app. Brilliant. I wish I came up with it, but I'd have no idea how to make it work because it's just too damn good. And so what it is you launch Shazam, and if you hear something, let's say you're out at a restaurant or you're just, wherever you are with your smartphone, and you hear something and you want to know what the song is, because you're never going to be able to identify it, especially if it's a song you've never heard before. But if you like it and you're into music discovery and you want to know what it is, you whip out your phone, you launch the Shazam app, and then you hit the button in the middle, and then it says listening. And what it does is it records some number of seconds of the song, or I think it streams the song, streams the audio. It streams everything that your phone is hearing. Background noise, people in a restaurant talking, glasses and dishes breaking in the kitchen. Everything gets streamed to the Shazam servers, and somehow it's able to pick out the song that you're hearing, cross-reference it with their ginormous music database, and then return to you the title, the artist, the album name, the album artwork, the year that it came out, and press here to go over a 30-second sample just to make sure it got it right, which it mostly does. and then another button to buy the track. Whoa, cow. What an app. Okay. N1 BCG, I'm done gas bagging.
Wow. Propagation sucks. A lot of lightning crashes too. Pretty horrible conditions there, Clark. W2BTK.
As you've been hearing me go on and on and on and on and on about Johnny Hawaii, I haven't had a chance to, but I am going to check out your transmitter video. I think that should be very cool.
Yeah, it's not just a transmitter video. I actually, I draw a schematic and explain everything that's going on. So it's like half, oh, hey, look at this. And the other, like, half is technical.
Could you imagine if that got posted on AM phone, or not AM phone, on the amplitude modulation group, on that thread that talks about power transformers as mod transformers? Boy, that stir up the hornet's nest, huh?
Oh, you mean the QRZ forum?
Yup.
Yeah, well, you can post it. I'm not going to post it. I'm not welcome there. So I'll just do my cool stuff with ham radio somewhere else. Like YouTube and Twitch.
I'm going to look on Amazon and see if they sell Butthurt in 50-gallon size. I'm going to buy that for you and ship it down to you. Are you good on QRZ?
I'm sorry, wait, what did you say?
I said I'm going to look on Amazon and see if they sell 50-gallon drums of Butthurt cream and have it sent to you. If your address is good on QRZ, I'll use that address.
No, I'm not butthurt. I'm respecting the wishes of the moderator in charge of that forum, who thinks that I have nothing good to add to ham radio. Everything I do is a nuisance, so I don't share anything on there to respect his wishes. That's all.
You just answered, or you didn't answer. You just provided the reason why you should do it. You said that he feels you have nothing to contribute. Well, can you imagine can you imagine if you posted that video on there on the thread, that talks about using, and they're not even skirting around the bush, Antec power transformers. I'm looking at this thread like, where's Billy's post? Why isn't Billy on here? Why isn't the guy who pioneered this stuff all over this thread? Why isn't he the one hosting it? How come he's not the first person to respond? Very disappointing. You can check with your consultant, Mr. Very Weak, but I think that I think it would knock their socks off.
Yeah, it probably would. It would be a great addition to all of that discussion, but like I said, the guy who runs that place doesn't want me there, Clark, and I'm going to respect his wishes. He doesn't think I have anything to contribute. So I made a YouTube video about it, and maybe some of those people that read that forum will find my YouTube post, But I'll say it again, that guy who runs that forum doesn't want me there. So I don't post there. And yeah, it's a damn shame, because I have a lot to say about that, and I think a lot of people could learn from that video, but oh well, it's the people in charge. It's not me.
There you go. All right. To say N1 BCG there. Filler content. I fill with my call sign when I don't have anything else to say.
Well, here's an idea, Clark. Why don't you just explain, like, W2BTK was asked not to post here, but he made a good video about this. Check it out. And you could post it.
I've mulled it over. I would never say that, because all that would do is dig crap up, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to start off with that, because then all of a sudden, see, that's distracting. I got on there and I said, well, BTK was banned from this forum by the Billy, because Billy thinks he has nothing to contribute. But I'm going to post this video here, and you guys can see how wrong Billy is, and how, oh wow, we're getting our Billies mixed up. Anyway, you freaking sort them all out, because there's way too many of them. One of them doesn't like the other. Actually, no, neither likes each other. One is a forum, the other's doing stuff with Antec Power Transformers. And now there's a thread about Antec Power Transformers and modulation transformers in a forum that's run by one of the Billies who doesn't like the other Billy. This is way too confusing.
Or you can just be like, look, I found this YouTube video about it that was conveniently made today.
Gary agrees with you. He says, exactly, Billy. People don't want to stay in charge. All right, well. God, see? Now I feel like you're giving my call sign again. That's how drained of content I am because of this topic. So here, and how come Dave doesn't post it? He's in bed with everybody. Well, meaning he's one of the old guard. They respect him more than me, so he'd even be more of an authority to post it.
All right, just for you, I'm gonna post the YouTube video. I'm not even gonna read the rest of the thread. I'm just gonna go post my video there, right? And I'm gonna do it on the stream so everyone can see.
You are gonna post on QRZ, but you're gonna do it live on the stream.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right then. All right. I personally think that that's fine. You know, my take on it is that you're going to show you have a lot to contribute. You're intelligent. You do cool stuff. You think out of the box. And if that creates an uproar, well, then that's just ridiculous. But the ridiculousness needs to be, showcased. Now, I'm thinking nothing's going to come of it. I think that what's going to happen is you're going to post it on there, and people are going to say, wow, that's pretty cool. And, maybe it'll smooth things out. Maybe they'll realize, oh, look, he doesn't just talk about CB radio. That's a fun topic, but here you're on point, on topic, on relevance, and contributing to a thread which is all about what you do. So to me, it's like, hell, OJ's glove fitting perfectly. That wasn't a good example, but Billy's busy streaming stuff. Okay. So, while he's doing that, all right, people, that's you all out there. Ole, trolls. Let's hear from you folks. Come on, I can't believe people aren't like all excited to be on this frequency. I mean, it's like so social networked. You can't go wrong. It's not just like you're talking out into the breeze, into the static. You've got people potentially in a global audience who can tune in with no static at all. That's right, Donald Fagan. No static at all. Online, or on the air or whatever. And maybe we'll even go on the FM repeater in Long Island. And then we're AM, FM, and globally on the net. That's amazing.
All right, there you go, Clark. I posted the video.
Ooh, you fast. All right, I'll go check it out.
I didn't even...
Good evening, KD2 AFV.
Hey there, Toby. And Clark, I didn't even say anything crappy. It was a very simple post.
Oh, well, great. Another reason to get a medal. And, hey, Toby.
Say, Billy, I seen that video you put up on YouTube. That's some good stuff, man. I like it when you did the, all the math for your turns ratio and all that. Reminded me a lot of that Mr. Carlson's lab when he explains the, what tubes are and how they work and, what a triode is and a pentode and all that good stuff. A lot of good info there.
Yeah, well, we'll see if I get banned from the AM forum. I was asked never to post there, but oh well, I just did.
Actually, the person who really is theoretically in charge of that thread is the original poster guy. The guy from England who started the thread, So, he's the one who really is, running that thread, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the ability to ban me from the thread. Only the moderator of that forum, who hates me, does.
There's nothing on this post you just made that would offend anybody. Okay. If anybody gets on after that post and goes nuts on it, they're going to look like complete a-holes because there's nothing wrong with it and no one's going to get it. So that wouldn't make any sense.
Oh. Yeah, well, I don't know. I was trying to be respectful and never post there again, but it's a sign of disrespect, the fact that I posted that. So somebody might get offended. Who knows?
All right, I'll do this. Because until you and I talked on the air just now, you weren't going to do it. And I've mentioned this twice now. And you really didn't want to do it. And you told me over and over and over and over and over again why you don't want to do it. And then you doing it. If Billy says something or deletes it or on any issue, I'll PM him and say, well, I talked Billy into posting it there. So if there's issues, sorry, I didn't know you have issues with him, but I'm the one who encouraged him to do it. How's that?
Well, all right. I just hope people can make it through the first 6 minutes. Well, the first 6 minutes of the video is like showing all the stuff as it sits in the rack. Like, here's the transformers, here's the 3 diodes set up, here's everything. And then after that 6 minutes, it's just me with a pencil and paper doing math and drawing schematics.
I think the hobby is damn lucky to have anybody your age or anyone around your age interested in doing this crap. Because otherwise, you'd have a bunch of 70-something-year-olds who, of course, where there's attrition, I hate to be blunt about it, and the hobby will just wither and go away. So they should be grateful that anybody under 40 has any interest in this whatsoever, and never mind to the extent of, and I don't mean running a credit card at HRO.com or whatever, but to actually build this stuff. So, yeah, I'd say they'd have to have cast iron nads to have a problem with that video. All right, N1PCG said that. Hello, Toby.
Howdy there, Clark.
I thought you were going to, pick it up and run with the ball.
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to hijack anything here. I don't know what's going on. I just seen Billy put up a video that was very informative, It went over, his rack setup, with everything he's running there, and the man takes out a piece of paper and does the math and shows, draws a schematic right there to show how everything is working. I honestly can't see anybody having a problem with any of that, but that's just me. I wouldn't know. I don't know all the details, so yeah. I don't want to jump into the middle of everything. I just want to hang on back, insert whatever little comment I have when I can, because it's probably going to be a worthless opinion anyhow, because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Remember, Clark, I'm just a plumber and a farmer. I'll get the food into you, and I'll make sure the food gets out of you. KD2, AFB.
Really? You'll make sure the food gets out of us? Are you like a prune farmer?
Clark, have you ever seen what happens when you modify a cow milking machine?
I'm not sure that I've seen a cow milking machine. You mean the thing with the glass, the like test tubes with the tubes underneath that you slide on the udder?
That's the
one. What's to modify?
There's a really old joke that has to do with a young teenage boy going into a barn to, let's just say, how can I put this that wouldn't be offensive? He's going to test some of the equipment and ends up getting, and he's told, you better bring him some water because that thing's got a 17-gallon capacity.
Oh my God.
Hang on, I gotta give treats to Boo Boo.
And I gotta put dinner on because it's 6 o'clock and I gotta eat, well, of course. Which was surprising after that little, enlightenment. But I'll be right back. Anyone please? Wait for it. CG. You watch when I get back, no one will be here. Figures.
Yeah, everybody's watching Boo Boo eat her treats. Yeah, I maybe I should have made a longer post explaining I think that people are gonna watch the beginning of the movie and be like, oh, this is just some dude showing off a Viking 2, and they won't make it past the first minute, let alone the first 6 minutes where I start to do math and draw schematics.
You have up to 20 minutes to edit that post, and the timer is started.
There sure are a lot of static crashes today.
Hey, Dave.
Hello. Thought I'd keep Toby company. I'm using my crystal, so I'm not going to drift. But the thing is, the crystal's not quite right. It's a little high, but love you two very weak.
Hi, Dave. Well, it's not quite right, but it sounds quite right on my end. Man, I just pulled up the lightning maps. That is a big, big band of really not fun-looking stuff coming our way.
Yeah, I've been trying to look at the weather map here, and it's been, ever since the pandemic and everybody working at home, I think they got the weather map data rate pinched down or something to discourage people from bringing it up. Anyway, that's what I noticed, that it started to not be easy to look at. I'll have to go back and check it out some more. Anyway, good to hear you. I got to see your handiwork last weekend, and Looks good, man. Anyway, keep company until Clark gets back. And then, I got some stuff I need to do around here.
Sounds good. I appreciate that, too. I take it that I never heard anything from them that the heater's all working good for them, so that's always good. I always kind of worry a little bit, you know. You do it, you know, you go in, you'll do everything right, and everything's working fine, and then you leave, and it always rattles around in the back of my head for a little while, like, oh, crap, did I forget to set that one thing? Or, no, I remembered that. And, oh, shoot, is that going to go wrong? And, yeah, I think that just comes from being in the trade, you know, the plumbing trade too long. I've seen what can go wrong, so it always worries me anytime I do something like that, because, you know, if the right things align with a water heater and the right stuff goes wrong at the right time, that thing's a gigantic pressure vessel just ready to light off.
Yeah, very true. No complaints at all. They're very happy, but yeah, I can understand your sentiment exactly. Lots of things to go involved in other systems and all that. And hey, ever since then, the washing machine makes a funny noise.
Speaking of washing machines, oh wait, no, that's an air conditioner. I was gonna say, I wonder if Tommy ever got the noise out of his receipt from his neighbor's AC unit.
Doesn't sound like something that would be very easy to do.
Well, a guy from the W2LI club, he did that, and he just used ferrite, like mixed 31 ferrite, inside the junction box that feeds the AC unit, and it worked. So I don't know if that would work for him. I guess it depends on a lot of things. You guys, I got enough signal in your receivers. I know conditions are crappy, and I could give you more, I could give you less. How's the level?
Sounds just fine on my end, Billy. As far as the noise for the AC, you wouldn't happen to know if it was one of the split units that's an inverter one, would you? Because I specifically, when I ordered mine, I made sure it wasn't an inverter style one, just because I worry about that. But we're going to be putting a bunch in the farmhouse, so I would be interested to know what it took to get the noise out if I were to put them in my farmhouse and end up with noise in my receiver.
You have enough signal, Billy. Even if somebody were to key up and breathe into the microphone, I think I'd still hear you. And Mikey, N2MDX, put a mini split in last year at his house, and he doesn't have any problems with it. And he's on all the bands. You could probably send him an email and ask him what he bought. I forget. I have a link to it somewhere, though, if you can't find out from him. But the one he got was fine, and I'm pretty sure it's an inverter type. I'm surprised they make them that aren't, because that's where the efficiency is going to come from.
Yeah, that was the trade-off I was worried about with that. You know, you do an inverter and you get a lot more efficiency, but, you know, I worried about the noise. I got enough for the higher bands here just from the power lines. I didn't want to add any extra to it, and luckily with this one, it's dead quiet. So, I gotta hop out of here for maybe 5 minutes, because apparently my old man's out mowing hay and I need to back a hay wagon into a barn before this potential rain comes tonight. I shall return. KD2 AFV.
See you later.
All right, we'll see you in a couple minutes there, 2B. You know what the best thing is about that post I just made, Dave?
Somebody's going to argue with you and tell you can't do that.
Well, besides that, the person who posted just before me was a very fat man.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, you might need, maybe you could get a personal trainer. I don't know. It's not healthy. That's bad. It's not good for your, sense of self-worth either. But anyway, I had enough of that for one day, to be honest with you.
Did you see you already have 2 likes now?
Really? Yeah, but I'm not looking for likes. I'm looking for people to key up their keyboard and tell me that, yeah, it's from you and Connor. You guys are cool. I'm waiting for the people to key up their keyboards and tell me it doesn't work.
Well, it looks like Connor said exactly all the right stuff. We love the younger people homebrewing things. We are the future of the hobby. We will soon be the... Well, I wouldn't say soon will be the buzzards, but, you know, it is... Now, this is good. This is definitely good.
Yeah, well, just keep in mind, I'm not supposed to be posting in this forum because everything I do is trash, and I am a detriment to the hobby in the eyes of the people that run the forum that I just posted it on.
All right, take a deep breath and forget all about that. Like I said, I had enough of it today. How about you?
You posted on there, not about CB radios or 11 meters or anything like that, but you posted a completely dead center of the target on topic post. I don't see what there is to be upset about.
Yeah, but you're reasonable.
Yeah.
Not always.
No, I know that. And I meant that as, actually I should have stipulated what expires. That's only temporary. Let's see if we could get Clark to stay near his radio and not do whatever it was he was going to do.
I've got something really good for dinner. There's a grocery store by my dad's house called Henning's, and they have, you know, like pre-made dinners and stuff you can buy, and it's made by, like, you know, the Mennonites or whatever, the old folks home. They cook it for Henning's, and it's like this beef kind of casserole-y thing with macaroni and all kinds of goodness, and there's 2 servings of it, and I am going to try so hard to make it 2 servings, because if I eat that whole thing, I'm not going to feel that good. It's a lot of food, but I'm looking forward to that. I'm probably going to heat that up in a few moments. I don't know. I may wait a little while.
If you eat all that, you'll be paralyzed. Yes, you won't be able to move. W2 very weak.
And W2 BTK.
That's right.
Connor says I'm the reason he's still into AM. That's cool, man. Nobody ever said anything like that.
Who was it that gave him some crap on here?
And Connor's not transmitting, but if he could, Connor, what were you featured as for ARL? You were like Young Ham of the Year or something. There was some award. Well, anyway, Connor's got some clout behind him with the league, so there you go.
Connor's not actually on the air right now. He's in the Twitchola chat, but I can relay because he's a licensed ham.
Well, yeah, but he's also a showcased ham with the league. Well, anyway, this is just stuff which will come up if there's an issue. But you know what? There won't be. So let's all smile forward, onward, and be done with it.
He said it was the Young Ham Lends a Hand Award.
All right, there you go. Heard of the expression street creds? Ah, there you are.
Here's an old ham waving my nappy arm.
with the baggy part underneath, yeah.
Yeah, but Dave, you're still the handsome Dave made.
Well, that is true. I can't help that, though. I have no control over it.
Dave made.
Yeah, like Dave made my YC156 amp.
Huh.
Hey, Dave Made himself told me that I was the original Dave Made. He came up with that, huh?
Wow, it's like battling endorsements.
No, that's okay. He's cool. And I would never steal his, I mean, I'm plenty of other people have stolen his stuff, but I would never do that as far as the logo goes, because I'm not into Cobras.
Well, Dave Made, I can tell you that I can't possibly say a negative thing about the guy. Once over and over and over helped me out in way, way above imaginable, examples. So he is epic high quality in my book.
Yeah, I've heard you mention that more than once. Yeah, that's good. Well, there's plenty of good people around. Sometimes you just have to dig a little harder.
Wow, talking about selfless. Holy mackerel.
You know why Clark is cool? Because he was blabbering on, looking for people to talk to, and he was like, go ahead, tune up your stuff. I don't even care if you do it on top of me. I just want to talk to somebody, He gets it.
I don't think that's a standing example, but I mean, in a case like this, whatever, that's fine. I mean, people have to tune up. I get it. Yeah, you're supposed to kind of have a dummy load, but I guess that doesn't really help if your antenna's not quite right. But, yeah, look how it paid off. Look at the crowd that's on here now.
Cue the crickets.
Well, yeah, you're all documented.
Oh yeah, I'm getting documented a lot more lately too.
Well, Boo Boo's having a good time. Somebody redeemed Give Boo Boo treats already, and we're only like 40 minutes into the stream.
Boo Boo is the true star.
Is Boo Boo on your QRZ page?
Why, yes, she is.
Now I'll go look for her then.
She's always on the stream too. Clark, I can't believe you've never seen my Twitch stream before. I find that weird.
I know what you look like.
Yeah, but you are all about the chat, like the web SDR chat, and honestly, like the Twitch stream has a lot of chat in it. Like you can talk to lots of people on there, and I know you like doing that. It's I don't know. I think it would be fun for you, but I don't know.
Well, again, there's just so much stuff you can do, and the problem is, I don't. Okay, all right. I think I can explain it. Let me give it a shot here. I don't own a television. There hasn't been. I know Dave finds this offensive. I have not owned a television since 2011, and there hasn't been a TV turned on this property since 2001. Can you imagine that? 19 years TV-less. And I, because of all that, because of almost 2 decades of no television, I get I've lost my desensitizing. You know, there are people who can have a TV on in the background when they do stuff, and it doesn't mean anything. It's just sort of like background. It's not. They're not riveted to it. Me, I'm susceptible to TV. If there's a screen with stuff going on, I don't mean like a chat. A chat you can read and it's like, okay, I got it. And look away. If you've got a continually changing picture, like on a TV, to me, it's riveting. I have to sit there and watch it, and then I get distracted about everything else. If you had a TV on while I'm having dinner, I won't know what the hell you're talking to me about, because I'm going to be watching TV, and I can't not. So I really don't want to watch TV or videos or anything like that when I'm doing this stuff, because this stuff part will suffer as a result. So there you go, a little insight into my Achilles heel, N1BCG.
Yeah, but Clark, you don't have to watch the stream. What you can do is you load the stream and you open the chat, and then you can there's a setting. It's like pop out chat, and it'll create a new window with just the chat, right? And then you can close the stream and you just have the chat open. It's just like you looking at the WebSTR chats, only it's there like in real time, you know, like think like old school AOL chat.
Well, I have an AOL account, so I'm still familiar with that. Listen, you're monitoring your video and all that stuff, so that's taken care of. We can cross that off the list of things that need attention. The K3FBF and the QIX SDRs, you know, those fall by the wayside fairly regularly, and it's unfortunate. There have been times where I haven't been paying attention to them. And then you'll see people like Gary go, well, you know, post like 10 things in a row, and no one will comment on
W2BTK.
They'll get bored and say, well, I'm going to bed. Good night, guys. And that's it. And I feel bad. See, there you go, Gary. Say, I see those things after the fact and feel badly about it. So, or that's incorrect English. I'll feel bad about it. So there are already chats out there that don't get enough monitoring. So you monitor your Twitch stream, and I'll try, and hopefully with the help of some other people, monitor some of the other chats so people don't post stuff and feel like no one cares, because that would be the wrong message.
What?
Exactly.
Then you get to see Boo Boo.
Toby, man, holy crap. Thanks for the sub, bro. I appreciate that. That's cool, man. I was not expecting that. Thank you, bro. It's awesome. And hey, look, we got an extra emote.
Now Mike is on his SDR. Well, that's self-serving. He's in the garage. K3FBF in the garage. Or garagey. It's a garagey. Well, just wait until
Yo, and
I
Jim,
get
man,
the
thanks for the host, bro. Oh, dude, this is like the best stream ever.
AM chat. All right. Competing chats.
Did that guy ever get his weirdos off of his the political type guys that all hate each other's guts? I kind of noticed they were hanging out on his site for a while. I haven't looked there in some time.
I always miss it because very often I'll look and there'll be no messages there. Like the whole thing was flushed out. It's like, oh, well, someone said something.
Yeah. Well, beware if you find anybody with more than 2 W's in their call sign. That's a message.
You mean like W2VW?
Yes, that's okay. That's the right amount of W's.
Right, but if they have more than 2 W's.
That is correct.
Okay. Wow. Why would they do that? It's not necessarily short for CW, and it's not easy to say W. 3 syllables for a letter. It's very inefficient.
Well, the person wasn't thinking. It's a vanity call, but it was chosen by Laura Smith. So how do you like that? How's that for you?
The FCC gave someone a vanity call that they chose. Wow. Huh. I don't have a response, really.
Yeah, well, there was some chicanery going on when it came to light, and so it landed up like that. And that's how it goes sometimes.
Hey, if anyone knows who's got more than 2 W's in their call sign and it's a vanity call that the FCC gave them, post it up on one of the message boards, because now I'm dying of curiosity.
Clark, I think you should go back to the NFS call.
Yeah. I did the old school thing. I waited till it showed up in the mail, because that one did come in the mail. And I remember going to the mailbox and, the Federal Communications Commission. Oh, I know what this is. And I'm standing there by the mailbox. My hands are shaking. It's like, oh, boy, this is what everyone's going to know me as. And I zip open the envelope and I look down and go, oh, no. It was not a good surprise.
Wow. I feel the need. Hi, Billy.
There was a double there. Somebody, whose is those?
Amplifier. I feel the need.
Oh, it's Phil. And then somebody saying, hello, Billy.
It's Mikey. Hello.
Hey, Mikey.
Hi, Clark.
And hello, Chairman Mao Inhibitor. Chairman Mao Inhibitor. Some guy's got vivid imagination on this chat.
I liked your first call.
That was good, Phil.
What the hell is that?
Stand by.
That's feedback. Yeah, that is good, Phil. And Phil, just so you know, you're the one who inspired me to make a full video about the external modulating stuff that I posted today.
Oh, awesome. I can't wait to check it out.
Yes. Okay, so everyone on frequency can do me a favor. I'm asking. Look in the QRZ amplitude modulation forum for mains transformers as modulation transformers, and like Billy BTK's post here. Not because I want you to do it necessarily. I'm only drawing attention to it, but because it is a good post. And it's on topic, and he needs our collective YAM support. That's why.
Thanks, Clark.
Oh, you're okay, Clark.
Like Avis, you try harder.
Yeah, but you don't have O.J. Simpson.
How'd that work for them?
At the time, I think it worked very well.
That's true. He was known as the guy who runs through the airport.
He's got the juice.
Yeah.
Of course, the juice was Type O.
Type O is most immune to the coronavirus.
Is it?
Yes.
Cool.
And I'm in front.
Wait, what?
The Type O blood is got the best, you'll have the best COVID reaction if you've got Type O.
Like either O positive or O negative?
The disease will go wilding on your system, or what do you mean?
No, you'll have the least reaction to it.
That's both types though, Phil? O positive and O negative?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Oh, good, because I'm O positive.
Yeah, me too. There you go.
Yeah, but that's also by miles the most the most common blood type. So that means that the majority of people would really be fairly resistant to it.
Yes, it's a lot of reasons why 2.2 million people did not die. Type A is the most prevalent, from what I read also.
Well, O positive is a universal donor. That means that you can give blood to just about any blood type, or I think every blood type, but you can only receive blood from another O positive, I think, which is fine because it's the most common.
That only works on paper.
W2PHL. Gosh, last time I gave blood, well, it's been a while, but they asked me if I wanted to donate plasma because I guess I was such a fine specimen. They're like, hey, you want to give some plasma? I'm like, all right. So, I don't know if you ever did that, but they start sucking it all out of you, which is fine, and it goes into this big machine, and it swirls around in there for a while, kind of like a Carvel soft serve machine. And then the weird part is, and all of a sudden, it makes a big kerclunk, and the wheels change direction, and then the blood gets pumped back into your veins. That was a little too much for me.
Whoa. You did it all for the cookies.
That's funny. Like, watching it go out, it's not a big deal, but then after it's been messed around inside a machine and it gets pumped back into you, that was a little too much for me.
You ever carry an IV bag and you put it down lower than, where you're hooked up and the IV starts coming out, like the blood goes back into the IV bag? That's always good. W2VW.
You know, there's a lot that can go wrong with that. Like, if any air gets in there or, like, stuff, that's scary, Phil.
Only drug
Yeah, I hate to say it, but that was the last time I gave plasma because I don't know. I'm not that squeamish, but just something about that didn't sit well with me.
Wow, Phil's taking out Clark.
What?
This isn't a competition, Mike.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, I got a question about that COVID thing that you just mentioned. Is that for all 10 strands of the COVID-19? No. I have to Google it.
Did you hear that question, Phil?
I don't know what you say.
Try again, Mikey.
Supposedly there's like 10 strains of this COVID-19. Is that for all 10?
Oh, hey, how you doing? I didn't hear you last time. I don't know. I'm just, this stuff that I read on the internet. I'm not a doctor, but I play it on TV, on the internet, on the CD, and on the ham radio.
Oh, ham radio WebMD. I like that. Very good. M2MDX. Michael here.
Remember the time that people, what was it, Nick went around introducing you as a priest at the Ham Fest, Phil?
No, I don't.
He was telling everybody you were a priest.
Nick KG2IR, Nick?
Yeah, he told you he was doing it.
Oh, God. My memory's shot.
And by the way, big thanks to KI4LHU and N0AQG. Maybe they're not even listening. Maybe they are, but they also liked your post, Bill.
Yeah, who knows? They might have just seen it on QRZ. So who knows? Maybe they heard you. Maybe it's a mystery. That's the fun thing about liking posts. But you know what's weird? You can like posts on QRZ, but you can't dislike posts. So, I mean, it's kind of like that really makes it not worth as much.
I thought you were going to say it makes it like Facebook.
Nah, it really would count further if there was an option to dislike, because all you can do is like. So you never know like how many people. I don't know. It just doesn't have as much value.
Oh, you can unlike a post. You just quote it and then trash it. So, and that, because if you like a post, it shows you who likes it. So it doesn't make any difference. So all it is if you dislike a post, you have to give your reasons why. That's all.
Hey, Billy.
Yes.
Why didn't you put all those toggle switches for the relays on the front panel?
I don't know, because I built that thing, and I wanted to have some right there by the relay, just for, like, testing and doing crap, and I was planning on adding, like, a second toggle switch out on the front of the rack, and I just never did it. I didn't have enough toggle switches, I think.
You know what? I haven't hooked it up here yet, but I got one of those ADJ PC100As. It's, like a power distribution thing with 8 different rocker switches in it, and that's exactly what it's going to do if I ever hook it up. It's the same function as your switches. It's a one rack unit thing. You just strip all the plug stuff out of it, and put another wire into it, and it's ready to go.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that and saying how you were going to do that to switch transmitters and stuff, and just instead of plugging it in the wall, you run 24 volts through it.
Yeah, well, I have it now so that if the 500 is turned on and I hit the foot switch, that's what comes up. And if the 30S1 is on at the same time, just on standby, it's fine. But if you turn the high voltage on, it's a problem, because both will try to come up, even though the exciter will be driving the 30S1, and the 30S1 will be going to its dummy load, while the 500 is going to the antenna. So I could conceivably tune that at the same. Not that I would ever do that, but you get the idea. So it's simple enough, because I've really only got 3 different stations running here, and it's pretty easy.
Yeah. Oh, man, I bet I could get one of those things cheap, too. That's all I would need. But, a bag of toggle switches isn't that expensive either. I guess when I was building it, I really didn't want to make it too complex, because I just wanted it all there in front of me to test it and make sure it worked and this and that. So I just put all the switches right there just to make it easier for my brain, and I was planning on doing that later.
Gotcha. Yeah, I learned that trick from an old timer. A contester. Yeah, they know stuff.
Hey, Billy, where's your post? I just brought up the internet.
Oh, it's in the forum that I'm not supposed to post in, the amplitude modulation forum on QRZ. And I think the thread's called mains transformers as a mod transformer or something like that. It should be at the top somewhere.
Oh, okay. Oh, here it is. Oh, I thought it was its own thread. All right, I gotcha. YouTube, nice.
Yeah, I think I'm at the top of page 5.
It's a pretty good video.
Thanks, man. I'm getting a little better at it. That's the second YouTube video I ever made. Second serious YouTube video I ever made. That wasn't just either shot on my iPhone and directly uploaded, or just basically clips from a Twitch stream.
Yes, next video to YouTube. Zero beat video.
Yeah, I could kind of make it now on stream. I could zero beat somebody, but I would want to put a little more thought into it, probably. Make another real video.
I think that focus design video is excellent because it's got focus and it's succinct. You know, a lot of videos are way too long. You're sitting there looking at all this fluff. Today we're going to pull an arc from a graphite pencil. You know, Nikola Tesla first did this in 1897. You know, I would put the reasons that you want to be able to zero beat, and all operators used to have to know how to do that. There's a guy that told me I should get over it, that they don't put that on the test anymore. I'm over it, dude, and I'm on the air. People can hear me.
Billy, you got to do one on How Wide is Too Wide, Part 2.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, that would be a pretty interesting one as well. I mean, it depends. Are you going to key up and play music? Because, you know, then you want to be pretty wide. But that's not really allowed.
No, I'm just being a dick about, like, the Groundhog Day-ness of a lot of these forums where it's like, I felt like I've read this thread before. Because, yeah, it was there a year ago, and it was just the same thing.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm supposed to go back to work this week. Sometime this week. I thought it was going to be today. It's not today. Still haven't gotten a phone call, so who knows? The YouTube video stuff might slow down a little bit when that happens, because they never pushed back the end date for this job, and we're supposed to start months ago. So as soon as I go back, it's going to be like stupid. Like, that's going to be all I'm doing.
W2PHL. And do you like to cook or bake? Because with that big rack and that tube, you could probably like do a tour and then like bake a cake at the same time on top of the with the exhaust maybe from the tube or something like that. That would be a YouTube sensation.
W2VW.
W2BTK. Yeah, I could heat up my dinner with the YC156. That would make some good internet TV, I guess.
Yeah, and then it'd be like a new AM-ism. Like, well, I just came up with cake, but it could be anything like bake a cake, like might be the same as like full strap. Like, hey man, I'm gonna bake a cake right now, BTK style.
Yeah, well, hopefully, you know, nobody tries to enter the QSO and talk to somebody while I'm baking the cake.
Yeah, because it's not going to turn out right. That's it. You got to make an old buzzard.
Bake the cake? You mean cake spelled with a K?
It's like Cars for Kids. No, it's not.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you know what you could do is you could turn your power supply around backwards on an amplifier, and the plate could be at ground potential. And then you just have to isolate the heater, you know, with an isolation transformer, and you'd have to link couple with Teflon wire the drive, but you could theoretically have the plate at ground potential just about. That would work out. It's Boo Boo. Just so that you can heat up stuff with it safely.
You could probably lay a couple of hot dogs in their tank between the coils of the tank, and grill up a couple of dogs like that.
I would not recommend that.
Oh, Toby's probably not back yet, but he was cooking hot dogs on his mobile antenna, or you know, they were trying to do that, and then they removed the hot dogs, and I guess there was hot dog slime on there, and it was shooting fireballs. And yeah, Dave, they were playing horn. It was like beep, 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 beep. Every time they did it, there was a fireball.
Oh, I'm back. And yeah, the hot dog flame.
Yeah, that's on YouTube too.
Yes, it is. I think that's that. You know what I should do? I should download that video and re-upload it to my other channel. That's a fun video. You know, you can hear it modulating the air with the the horn and shooting the flame out forward. That was good fun back in the day. KD2 AFB.
Yeah, it was. You should do that too. That was a great video.
You know, I think if I'm not mistaken, that video lives exclusively on YouTube now. I may have lost the hard drive that had it.
Hey, quick about the video. So Gary's heading out, and he says, congrats on the video, Bill.
Thank you. And Toby, you can download all those. Even if you don't have access to the account, you can use like services or programs to get those. You can download anything from YouTube that you want, really.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah, it's on my my main YouTube channel that it's the YouTube channel I post everything like random, I'll end up posting 3 videos in a week and then nothing for a year. And I'll come back and like the last video I post is, like a CB video from 15 years ago or 10 years ago. And then, a year after that, I'll post a video of me raking hay or something like that. My main YouTube channel has no common thread. Like, it's just, hey, I want to put a video of that online. Just to heck with it.
That's the Toby K one?
Yeah, that's the the Toby K321, I think is what it is. I can't remember. That account is almost used exclusively for just watching other YouTube right now. It's linked up to the Roku in my barn and the one down at my house, and I have the other YouTube channel for basically all the ham radio stuff. That's the one with the same handle I use on your Twitch stream.
Yeah, AM Maniacs. Check that out on YouTube.
Oh, now it's not as good as your stuff, Billy. It's nowhere near. You actually, you do it. You're doing the whole Twitch, so you're actually live streaming, interacting with everybody. The stuff I did was just basically screen capture. I think I did 2 videos where I walked around my shack, and that's about it. Nowhere near as involved as you do it. Because I'm in and out of here so often. I don't get to come up here and just sit down unless it's pouring down rain and I don't have work to do outside. So maybe one day, give it like 30 years, when I get close to retirement, I can just sit down and actually play radio all day long. KD2 AFB.
Toby, you gotta add spice to your videos then. If you walk around the shack, do it at like, heels or something, or dress in drag, something for people to comment about.
Well now, Clark, how do you know I don't have heels on? I might just be really good at walking in them, and I just don't show my feet.
Well, you should mention that in the comments, then people would appreciate it.
Wow.
Watch closely enough, you might be able to pick up on it that I'm just wearing boots.
You'd be like 241. Hey, does this lipstick match my cowboy boots?
Oh, darn, Billy, that's a throwback.
Yeah, I have all those old recordings, by the way. If you miss them, the website's gone.
Excuse me. I have like, I know I download like half of them, but knowing that you got the other ones, yeah, I might have to hit you up for some of those. That's good nostalgia. Go back through some of them old ones. That was good stuff.
Yeah, Tommy 2 Watt. Rest in peace. Hey, I'm gonna heat some food up real quick. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. W2BTK.
Meanwhile, there's some dude out there with 3 W's, or more than 2, in his call sign, and it was assigned by the FCC. Boy, that's quite a mystery. Speaking of assigned by the FCC, N1BCG, see how that was thrown in there? All right. Hey, who's on frequency who hasn't said anything yet? I know you're lurking. The lurking monitor is reading very high right now.
You identified before 10 minutes were up, Clark.
That makes up for the time that I forgot for an hour.
Yeah, I know. Me too. W2VW.
W2PH.
I have digital IDing, frequency shift keying on my carrier, so that covers me anyway.
Somebody just sent me a picture of all the statues at 30 Rock are now wearing masks.
Better that than being torn down. And are those real statues, or those people with gold paint on their skin pretending to be statues, and then they've got a little money bucket by their feet?
Oh no, it's the original design from what, 1932, I think, when they put all that stuff in there.
Listen, if somebody could rip down Atlas, I would be impressed. That guy is big, and they would get wet too.
Yep, that's what I'm looking at.
Try again. Whiskey 3, Oscar Hotel.
It's Dave.
All right, Dave's on frequency. Remember, don't bring up that topic anymore. Hey, Dave, what's going on?
Good evening, gentlemen. How are you guys on Monday evening?
I guess there's a lot of guilt on frequency. No one's saying anything.
Would you like to call the Guilt Net?
Calling the guilt net. Yeah, it's like confessions. That's right, coming up on Live 85 tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's the confessions net. Anything you'd like to get off your chest and never seem to find the opportunity, we give that to you. Confess all kinds of stuff.
Do you feel bad about calling the guilt net?
Can you imagine that? People getting on that net starting to talk about adultery and cheating on their YLs and running an amp when they didn't need to. All kinds of stuff.
Excessive bandwidth.
Do you feel guilty about putting a net on 3885? You should.
See,
I don't think it'd be a good idea to confess on this frequency. You got like 4 people recording it on YouTube.
Make that 5.
How's that for a private confessional?
Yeah, those recordings come in very, very, very handy. They're always nice to have. I like them.
Man, are you guys getting the static crashes that are down here in southern Maryland? Man, I mean, my whole screen is filled up with them.
Is it pretty nasty up here?
Hey, Dave, if you ditched the SDR, it wouldn't sound so bad. Your eyes are freaking out your brain.
Yeah, I guess I could stop looking at the waterfall. Right now, I'm keeping an eye on my oscilloscope to see if I'm over-modulating.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Billy, how are you?
Not bad. I got a big-ass bowl of macaroni in front of me. So I'm going to be munching that. But I just wanted to say, hello.
Yeah, I was sitting down here. I was listening to you guys, but I'm still working on this ICOM 706. I think I found one of my problems, and it's a stupid ribbon cable. I was just doing continuity tests from one end to the other, and two of the little strips are, well, they don't have continuity. Of course, you can't find the damn part anywhere, and it's a ribbon cable. What do you do with that?
You hope that some other piece of surplus equipment has the same ribbon cable.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to keep, well, I don't know. I mean, I know they sell ribbon cable. I don't know how you figure out if it's I mean, obviously you can tell how many channels you have, but I don't know if there's different sizes or thicknesses. I don't know. It's frustrating, and you know, the parts for the ICOM 706 really aren't available anywhere. And you know, even it's crazy that the parts only ICOM 706 not working radios, they want a ton of money for them. Like over $500 for an old radio. I don't know. Yeah, you're right though, I'll have to keep an eye out. I'll have to start looking around, I guess. See if I can find a ribbon cable that's similar, I guess.
You need a junk box. VCRs are great, especially the hardware, the screws. The little plugs that are in some of them are the same as a lot of ham stuff from back, you know, the same era. Start corrupting people's electronics when they throw it out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You know, it's all kind of new to me, so it'd be interesting to take things apart and find out what's in there. The crazy thing is, I don't know how this ribbon cable would have. I guess maybe they break down over time. Just odd that two of them there, they broke right where the bend is, where it bends into the connector.
Speaking of breaking stuff, I just broke my corkscrew.
Well, that should be an easy fix. You broke the corkscrew? Man, I missed it on video too. That would have been kind of funny to see.
Yeah, you gotta go back to just using a regular old knife.
It's not funny when you elbow something though.
You need to be drinking the bag-in-a-box wine. Then you don't have to worry about those.
Oh, those are handy. They don't taste as good, but they are handy. Having that nice big box like a keg in your refrigerator if you want a glass of wine. Go over there and pull on the button and it fills up the glass.
Oh, yeah. It's like one bladder transferring to another.
Is that a thing?
Absolutely. You got one bladder of wine, and it you know, through a relatively short digestive tract, pours into the other bladder.
And you can whiz it.
Absolutely. You just hold the thing over your head, open the mouth, and, you know, pour right in.
I think we were talking about peanut butter at one point, where it's like you got the bread and it's got to be fresh, and then you put the peanut butter and the jelly, and then one day you realize, don't need that much jelly, and then another day you realize, I don't really need the bread, and then the next thing you know, your finger's in the peanut butter jar.
Dude, I can't believe I broke my corkscrew, and it broke off in the cork, so it made it harder to get it open with just a knife.
Well, it was made in China.
Was that a Union corkscrew?
No way. I think Phil's right.
Yeah, it's a long con they got working on us. Little things, pencils that don't write or sharpen, pencils and certain papers. You get a pencil on a piece of paper and you just can't write on it. China.
It's made out of something very inexpensive. Cheap.
Yeah, there are some.
Billy, what you got to do is get one of the electric corkscrews. My wife has one of those things. It's awesome. You push a button, and it does all the work for you.
Yeah, those are pretty nice. My wife's got 2 of them. Just put them on a little charger and pull them out. Yeah, those things work great.
Yeah, you get it on Amazon, or do they... I mean, I haven't seen those at the wine store.
I do believe we got ours on Amazon. I cannot remember what brand it is, but it's got like a nice little charging dock, and it just stays on the charging dock right on the countertop, and anytime you need it, just pick it up, hit the button, and away you go. KD2 AFV.
W2, very weak.
W2BTK.
W2PHL. That would be a handy item if, you, God forbid, you ever had a home intrusion.
I believe that would be a shotgun, Phil.
Well, I mean, you grab for whatever is handy. I mean, that corkscrew, that's straight out of electric corkscrew. That's like straight out of like Friday the 13th.
That's brutal.
As long as it's charged up. I mean, that would suck if it kind of went dead.
Well, come on, somebody talk. I'm almost done with my dinner here.
Alright, I have a question. I don't know, it might not be a fun question, but... So, I've never seen one of these ribbon connectors. The little channels where you can see the little metal strips on one side, but the actual connector itself has metal contacts on both sides of the connector. So that's kind of odd. I don't even know which way to put this thing back in. Well, I guess I can tell by the bend of this thing, and it doesn't work, so it really doesn't need to go back in. But I've never seen a ribbon connector where the little metal contacts are all on one side of the ribbon, but the actual connector it goes in has contacts on both sides. Interesting.
What?
Right, exactly.
Dude, this macaroni is amazing.
How many times can you say Mennonite macaroni?
It depends. Am I doing it for free?
What's the secret sauce?
somebody keyed in there. I couldn't hear him at all. Phil, the secret, I don't know. It's all tomato based. There's big chunks of, tomato in there, beef, like I said, little macaroni, all kinds of good stuff. It's just good. It's beefy.
That sounds like a hearty bolognese sauce. Very nice.
Just devoured a whole bunch of Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. My son had a modified graduation today. It was actually quite nice. You didn't have to sit there through 6 speeches and conversations. You showed up, they gave you a card, they walked you around back, and each student walked up on stage. They took the card, read the kid's name off, gave him the diploma, and you kept on going. It was like a 20-minute process.
Kids were graduating.
The event, you got to walk across stage, and you were in and out in 20 minutes. Plus, we had Chick-fil-A nuggets.
To answer your question, Dave, it was still in the lab in Wuhan.
Oh, you can't say that. You're insensitive.
Oh, speaking of insensitive, I just adjusted my AGC. Sorry if you're piss weak. I'm not going to hear you very well anymore, but now I don't have to listen to all the...
I got my station all rigged up for 10 meters. And we had a terrible interference problem. And I can't track, it's somewhere in the neighborhood, and it is the most bizarre noise. It sounds like ignition noise. And I always thought that's what it was, and obviously it's not. It starts out with a slow ticking, and then it just gets worse and worse, and then it goes away for a little while, and it comes back. But at any rate, I got a noise antenna out at front where the noise is the greatest, and now I got another MFJ box, and I cancel that sucker right out. Now 10 meters is nice and quiet.
What you got for a Skyhook?
It's a IMAX high definition Circle Vision 360 2000, IMAX 2000, and I got my own homebrew ground radial system on it, and I think it works.
Huh, very interesting. Have you ever tried it on your wire antenna? Will that tune up there?
Yeah, the inverted V tunes up on 10, but yeah, we're back when the band was still kind of open. ABs were always better on the IMAX, and the Starduster was actually the best, and I should put that back up. But the IMAX was pretty close too, so I don't know, but yeah, it's one of the two, the IMAX or the Starduster, way better than my inverted V.
Yeah, I was just thinking if I could work you. I talk to people further than you. We'll have to try it sometime. Next time I'm tuned up there, maybe.
Yeah, that would be cool. The one unfortunate thing for me is right on 29 megahertz, like the AM calling frequency, from 29 to like 2905, there's a really big, it almost sounds like a plasma TV buzz. And that's there, and that's like an S5, which stinks. But tuning off from there, the noise level drops way down. So I could probably hear you on Slop Bucket.
Yeah, we'll try that sometime, Phil, in the near future. Anyway, I got to run. Got dinner coming up here, so be listening. Have fun, y'all. W2 very weak.
Take care, Dave. Enjoy dinner. W2PHL.
Yeah, see you later, Dave. Nice talking to you out here.
Well, Billy, hopefully I'm not piss weak. I turned my AGC down too. You guys are coming in pretty good down here, though.
No, by no means. You got a strapping signal in here. So does Phil, Dave, Clark, everybody we're talking to. It's just if somebody jumps in there and they're a little bit in the noise, they're going to sound really quiet because I just about pulled the AGC out.
Yeah, I had to turn mine down real low too because of the static crashes. I assume that's what you did.
Yep. And they're still pretty wicked, but at least there's not a constant noise floor of like.
Welcome to summer, everybody. Everyone, BCG.
Yeah, welcome to summer. I guess this will be my first summer on AM. I heard this tip from somebody on here. With the static crashes, I can turn my receive EQ on and turn down, drop the higher frequencies down a little bit. It makes it more tolerable.
You could just do that with bandwidth filtering too.
Yeah, I do both. Dave was it was pretty wide there. He was good at 14K.
14K is pretty standard, I think. That's about where I'm about 15K, I think.
Yeah, I had my receive filter down a little bit, but when you guys key up, you guys knock out the static crashes. So if I can keep the bandwidth up, it's just in between the conversations that the static crashes are annoying.
This is much better for me. I should have adjusted the AGC a long time ago. Clark's probably got no noise level as usual.
I do. I have no noise except for the static crashes.
Everybody's strong enough here, I could probably do that too. Although, this is pretty comfortable. I'm not going to mess with it.
Yeah, I have mine set on fast. Normally I keep it around 25 to 30. I've got it down to 9 on the flex here. That seems to be doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, I don't have mine pulled that far out. Screw it. Let me try it.
Yeah, I mean, it is not impacting you guys at all.
All right, let's try this. And shh, everybody be quiet.
So, are you guys picking up, am I getting any distortion? I swear I turned the mic gain up and I hit the red, but on the oscilloscope, it's where my waveform looks the best. But the mic gain shows me in the red a little bit.
You sound fine here, Dave.
Yeah, okay. Alright, I was just checking. Just still trying to figure out, or I guess trying to learn mic control, you know? Yeah, learn how to keep their distance from the mic and be consistent. I'm all over the place.
There's a lot of different schools of thought on that. A lot of guys like to stay off of the mic and gain it up, but I I always get the cleanest transmit when I put my face up to the mic and I leave it at the lowest amount of gain possible, and then I grab gain slowly in other stages. You know what I mean? So the microphone gain is low, and then it grabs, progressively more and more gain as it passes through the processing until it's nice and loud at the end, and there's like minimal noise floor from your mic picking up like anything but your voice. Here, I'll do an example. So like this is where I normally talk. I'm gonna go 6 inches from the mic. So now I'm like 6 inches from the mic. I'm back up on the mic, and now I'll go a foot away from the mic. Now I'm a foot away from the mic, and you can probably barely hear me.
Yeah, I used to be the same way, Billy. Because I mainly did, DX contacts, I was used to having the mic right, basically right on my lips, and, Clark's gonna come up with something for that, I'm sure. But, I'm not on the mic right now. I'm probably trying to stay a good 3 inches away from it. It is a little more comfortable, but, just, trying different things out. I've got the Billy. I got the N1 BGC Bible. I've even copied it, put in Word. I follow that audio chain guidance.
The N1 BCG Bible. Hopefully, it's pop up and scratch and sniff. Then you know it's authentic.
Yeah, I'm not scratching or sniffing it.
You don't know what you're missing.
Hopefully with the N1 BGC in the username, that's the certificate of authentication.
Each one has its own serial number.
Yeah, Clark knows what he's doing. He always sounds good, except when he messes with stuff. Then it always gets worse. Just go back to 2016 and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And also when he tries to use broken microphones.
Well, I've been using that broken mic since, 2016.
Yeah, but when you switched to the one that wasn't broken, it was like, wow, it's actually pretty noticeable. But I understand you're very nostalgic about your broken Sennheiser 421.
Hey, it's not just a broken 421, it's my broken 421.
He got it from the Tooth Fairy when he was 3 years old. She left it under the pillow, and ever since, he's been using it.
Well, I'm using it now. Why does it sound that bad?
It sounds great.
So, well, there you go. So, if no one's complaining, then the broken mic is fine business.
Well, what's broken about it? Because it sounds really good. I don't know. You'd have to say the name of the microphone again so I can look it up and check it out.
I don't know. You can ask Billy. He hates the sound of this mic.
No, I don't hate the sound of that mic. It sounds really good, but when you put that fresh 421 on there, the frequency response takes off. Like it just has all of its natural frequency response. That one is, I don't know, it's not the same.
Alright, I got it now. Sennheiser MD421 2. Yeah, okay.
No. That's a remake. That's not the same mic that Clark has. Clark has a real Sennheiser 421, MD421.
Oh, there's real ones and fake ones. Alright. I think the older one is the better one.
It's the OG. the OG with arguably like one of my favorite mics ever, one of the best sounding mics that I've used for many applications, but with the absolute worst mounting system ever. That clip, geez, I mean, it's fine to use it for just dangling off a boom and talking on the radio and stuff, but if you try to like do stuff with that mic in a studio, like I love using 421s on toms, like a drum kit. I'll mic the toms with the 421s, and like all it takes is like to look at that thing wrong and it falls down right in the middle of a recording session and it goes down on the drum kit, makes a big bang on the floor, and then it kills the take. It's like almost not worth using them, but it is because they sound so good. It's just that mounting system, it's bad.
Yeah, I guess I see some of the mics here. Pictures with a mic kind of, I guess it's got side clips or something on there. But there must be a couple styles, because I see another one that's got a mount right in the center of the microphone.
No, it's just this cheesy little plastic clip. Looks like a little hook.
Billy, you may have upset Clark. He disappeared.
Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What was I supposed to know?
The 421 is one of my favorite mics ever, Clark.
There you have it. Yeah, well, I agree. Although, I like the SM7 better, but I only have one of those and I have two of these, and so that's why they are where they are.
Depends what you're doing with it. SM7's great, but I think that the 421 has a lot more uses. I would use a 421 on a lot of different instruments well before I would think about using an SM7.
Correct. The SM7 is designed as only a vocal mic, and the 421 can be used for miking instruments and being a vocal mic.
Yeah, Clark, the band just dropped out on you or me. Wow. Might be losing you.
Oh, well, these things happen. Oh, before you lose me, N1BCG, if that's my final transmission, I want to go down in history as having ID'd properly.
You guys are both, like, strapping as hell in here, man.
Yeah, I mean, Billy, you're coming in certainly strong, but you're in between Clark and I guess. So, yeah, I don't know. Thought the band would be getting better as the evening went on.
The signals have all gone up here.
Billy, did you hear that breaking station?
No, I would have to adjust my AGC back to where it was, and then I probably could hear, but then I'd be listening to all the lightning static crashes. It could have been Louis. I'm not too sure, though. Yeah, I got my receiver all out of whack, so I can't hear who that is. I mean, I guess I could amplify all the noise floor and static crashes and abuse everybody that's listening to hear who that was. Clark probably hears them, though. Clark hears everything. Who is that, Clark?
As always, I wasn't paying attention.
AC up, and I still couldn't make out the braking station. I can see the carrier, but and I can hear just a little bit. Sorry, but I don't know. I'm having a hard time hearing Clark at the moment too. The band just moved around or something.
Well, whoever it is, they're well into the noise. I'm sure if I adjusted my receiver to pull up all the noise floor and crashes and crap, I could probably hear you, but it's still not really going to be enough signal to have a decent conversation without totally giving me a headache. Band conditions are bad tonight. If you have the ability to pump it up, I mean, if you're going to come out here and talk right now, you kind of need a little something because it's bad right now.
I was looking in here, Billy, at these microphones, and where is that? Oh, I love the look of the classic looking Shure Super 55. That just looks like, I don't know, Billy Holly's belting it out into old style microphone.
Oh, that's that Chrome deal? Yeah, those things are cool. They remade those with like an SM58 capsule, and there were a couple of bands that used to bring them and use them at the club. They thought they were cool. But yeah, they're not bad. The original 55 is, you pay a lot of money to get one of those.
Yeah, I have no idea what they sound like. They just look cool.
Alright, whoever that is who's all piss weak out there, I cranked my AGC and I'm being punished by static crashes now, but I might be able to hear you. So who is that? This is W2BTK. Man, I'm still not really able to pulley out all this noise. We get a hellacious noise floor, and I am just not hearing you well through all this static and noise floor here. So I apologize. I gave it a good shot, but I'm gonna adjust my receiver back down so I don't get a headache from all this noise, man. I'm truly sorry about that. W2BTK.
Noise? What noise?
Yeah, man, we'll have to try it another night when the conditions are a little bit better. I heard you say no problem. So, yeah, thanks, man. And I think I heard Chris out there, W2BTK.
No, WB2GCR. Good evening.
Hey, Bear.
Yeah, you sound fine. There's a little bit of light static, but nothing objectionable up here in the great small bunny metropolis.
Yeah, with the right AGC settings, it's not too bad over here, and everybody's in the QSO is coming in real strong, so it's just fine.
Yeah, you're 8.5 by 11.
What?
8.5 by 11. That's your report.
What?
What?
That's good. So you're hearing me?
What?
What?
Exactly. All right. Very good. Well, I've made my mark now. I don't think there's anything else to do.
Hey guys, I'm gonna jump out of here. The reason why I'm probably losing Clark there, I'm surrounded by rain and thunderstorms, so I guess I better disconnect the antenna before anything bad happens. So I'll try again a little later, see if you guys are around. Whiskey 3, Oscar Hotel, clear for now.
All right, Dave, we'll catch you later, man.
I'd say a nice goodbye to him, but he can't hear me, so screw him.
Oh, Clark's butt hurt.
I think we should split that 50-gallon drum of butthurt.
It's only the band. I can hear you. That's not your normal loud self. Like, you started off great, but I'm literally surrounded by thunderstorms, so I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. Anyways, I'll check back in a little later. I'm going to unplug this thing for a little while.
Clark, is that lightly salted?
It's got Kikkoman soy sauce on it.
Oh my, that's quite a message. So have you gone for the, online on the web, gone for the free trial of the Content Consultants website?
Who is that directed at?
You. NDBCG, that's the call, right?
All right, I don't understand the question.
Never mind. I'm making a content-related comment.
Yeah, the N3 CBGB or whatever. You're 5-9. Good luck in the contest.
Wow, grown man reciting Mary Had a Little Lamb. Fabulous. Oh, it's week number 2 of Let's Try the New Microphone Out.
New mic, new processor, new man. I mean, wow.
It's amazing what can rebuild an old man.
Well, BCG means that you could be Bill Case's grandpa.
Yes, sir. Hey, no more prouder American than I would be if that were the case.
Yeah. I've read that book by Mr. Brokaw or whoever, the Greatest Generation.
Oh, Franklin's been peddling that book incessantly. Yep, Greatest Generation. I go into a long explanation of that, but basically, we're today's millennials, a bunch of sniffling, entitlement kids, and back in the day, men were men, they did their job. It's a completely different world these days.
Yeah, it's a power struggle now, and if you disagree with, those trying to gain power, they'll burn your crap down. Did you see what the young kids kind of trolled the hell out of Trump? I think they all bought tickets to his rally, and then didn't go. There's a whole thing. He got trolled by kids.
Yeah, but it didn't make any difference.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing. I think there's a lot of people who are just remaining silent, and we'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting one this year.
Well, see, the thing is the news isn't reporting the full story, as always. It's amazing. Every day I hear stuff on one of or several of 9 different newscasts I listen to each hour, and you can hear the differences in how they report it. So the story on that is that, yeah, Donald Trump was completely sidelined by these kids and the K-pop crowd. I mean, it doesn't matter where or who these people are, but the whole idea is they basically registered to go, which is interesting. Now, so the news story is all these kids registered to go and then didn't go, and then that caused there to be poor turnout. Okay. Now here's the part of the story that nobody's reporting, but is inseparable. Don't you hate that? It's like totally critical, but it doesn't serve the news narrative, so they omit it. This is why the truth can be anything you want as long as you say it with conviction, and you omit the stuff that doesn't support your point. So the part that they're not reporting is that in order to sign up to go, to register to go, you have to provide contact information, which of course is because, they want to have, a way to reach these people. So that turned off a lot of the kids who were like, well, I thought I was just going to make something up and go, because it knew when you put fake stuff in there. That was number one. Number two, which is even, of course, the argument there is, well, they could just make up, numbers, or they could put Google numbers in there, one-time use Google numbers. Okay, fine. We'll dispose that. Now, here's the part that's very important, and it's inarguable. It was first come, first served. So the only thing that those kids and the K-pop crowd and everything did is change the expected number of attendees. They didn't change the actual number of attendees. So the thing is if they registered and then didn't go, nothing changed, because all the people who registered and did decide to go, because there was no limit, would still go anyway. So yes, I do believe that if there was low attendance, although the thousands that did go is a lot, especially when you consider, and then this goes back to the main point, the COVID threats and the threats of the violence outside the place there that was the BOK Center or whatever. So yeah, there were a lot of reasons, but the K-pop kids and the AOC teeny boppers, no, they didn't change anything.
Yeah, but it's being reported as such. I don't know, dude. Most of the news, they don't like Trump, whatever. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to talk about my preferences, but I think we're all on the same team here. But yeah, there's a pandemic going on. I would expect that any large gathering would have dwindling numbers at this point in time. But like I said, I think there's a lot of people who are just remaining silent, and it's going to be a good one in November. It's going to be interesting.
Where's Walter Mondale when you need him?
Hopefully dead.
Well, look what happened in 2016. Hillary Clinton was supposed to have it by a landslide. But back in 2016, if you said you were voting for Donald Trump, well, you were considered a jerk, your family would never talk to you again, and it just wasn't worth it to mention that. So that's how it came out in the polls. Now it's 2020, and if you say you're for Trump, you're a racist. Or worse. So, the same thing all over again. History is actually repeating itself.
Yep, and I think there's a lot of people just not saying anything, and they're just going to go out and vote, and we'll see. So, I don't know. It's a tough time right now. It's kind of very restrictive in many ways, and there's a power struggle going on for sure.
If you study, nature, you're a naturalist. Now, if you study people who drive fast cars, does that make you a racist? Ask it.
What?
What?
Wait, what?
Huh? What?
I'm a millennial, man. What?
Go.
You guys are going to drive me to watching Urbex flicks.
Try that again and get my teeth in. WBTGCR.
They're up.
Clark, you should watch my video before you watch the Urbex clips.
All right, I'll watch your video right now. N1BCG, in case you don't hear from me for a while.
Oh, come on, man. Not right now. Talk to me. Talk to me, bro. I'm saying, when you get off the air and you're ready to settle down and watch your Urbex videos, set aside 18 minutes and watch my educational video on how to properly plate modulate an old boat anchor with a modern low distortion solid state audio amplifier and toroidal power transformers in series.
You know what? You bring up an interesting point. One of my favorite topics is introduced by that point. So theoretically, if I were to say, all right, Billy, I'm going to go watch the video, and then I'll get back on the air afterwards. That means after 10 minutes of watching the video, according to some people who are just dead-ass wrong, I have to pause the video, come over, key up, and say, N1BCG. And then go turn the radio down and go back to watching the video. No, that's not right.
Yeah, but it's the rules, Clark. It's the rules.
No, they're not the rules. If you're not participating in the QSO, you don't have to ID every 10 minutes. Just because you got the radio on doesn't mean you need to ID. You have to ID if you're an active participant in the communication. Then you have to ID every 10 minutes.
Okay, but still, like, when you decide you are active, and then right before you become inactive, you do have to say your call sign, like in your last transmission or whatever there. And then, yeah, you can let as much time go by as you want, and then you can rejoin the conversation, and you've got 10 whole minutes before you got to ID again.
Correct.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is this thing working?
There's, yeah, as a matter of fact, what are you running, Wally? Is this the Valiant or is this some other rig du jour?
Oh, okay.
It is a box of rice, over.
Uncle Ben's. Oh!
I comment.
Can you imagine that? People start running Uncle Ben's rigs now.
You can't say that.
I've got a pack of Uncle Ben's instant rice in the cupboard over there, and I might just hold on to it forever, because it's going to become extinct, I guess.
You know what's sad about the whole thing? Nobody associated Uncle Ben or Aunt Jemima with anything negative or awful. Until now, that it was pointed out to people how awful it is that they buy this stuff. But before this, no one thought about it. And people would say, well, that's insensitive. No, the main thing is the whole thing people are fighting for wasn't an issue until they started fighting. That's the amazing part.
Yeah, I think that there's more racism now than there ever has been, and it's weird. I'm not gonna get into it, but I mean, for instance, like, they are in this autonomous zone or whatever, they're segregating people. Like, there's black only zones and this and that. I mean, doesn't that seem like a step back? You know what? Forget it. Forget I brought it up. Don't answer me. I don't want to talk about this.
Well, there was a change of heart midstream.
I don't want my house burned down, Clark.
Well, yeah, I had not heard of that, and I dived into the news. I hadn't heard of that. I did hear, and from multiple sources, that the BLM crowd does not necessarily think that what's going on in Seattle is the greatest thing in the world, mostly because it's a bunch of white people having, well, a street festival. and it's becoming more and more disconnected with the whole point.
There's a lot of double standards and contradictions going on. You know, it just it's not well thought out. They're not doing it right, in my opinion. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Well, the other thing which is going wrong is that it's advertising gone horribly wrong. And so there's a lot of people who should not be in the target market who are being exposed to the message all the time, and that can backfire. You know, it's like if you hear or see an advertisement which is annoying to you because it was never something that should relate to you, and it's being targeted at you over and over and over relentlessly, you start to develop a dislike for the product. And that's talking about consumer goods. Now imagine you've got this message which, like, you never knew you were such an awful person, and now you get to hear it every day for weeks. That's going to backfire.
I just think there's a lot more at play than... You're right. The whole message of what this started as is being lost. There's a lot of... and there's more at play. That's all.
I think you need to get Murphy a microphone.
Yeah, let's not talk about this. This is bad radio.
Strapescent.
Who needs a new mic?
You need to get Murphy a microphone.
Oh, he's asleep. If you're interested, tune to 3875 to hear Distortion and Son.
Man, yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming down, or should I say coming up from that way. Are they on 75 or 73?
I have no idea, but when you clip the shit out of your carrier, this is what you get.
Yeah, that's KBW on 75.
75, and he's the guy who says he never operates on 3875. That's weird.
Well, I'm going to have to make some adjustments to my receiver, and then all will be good in the hood, as they say.
Now they're on 3873. Operating quite wide. Good evening, W4IPC.
It's getting too crowded in here for me. I'm going to 160. Goodbye.
Okay, fine. Bye.
We will miss you down.
And there's IPC.
Again,
I'm perfectly content.
I wouldn't go that far.
I piss Corona.
How are you strapping fellows doing tonight? Or obviously remote controlled, since there's lightning everywhere in Chesapeake.
Well, I'm doing well, and there is an awful lot of lightning stuff going on, but I've adjusted my AGC to kind of kill that. Although signals are kind of down. Clark went down. Connor, you're doing okay, but you're down a little bit. It's just a crappy night for conditions, I guess you would say. I'm running some power, not quite what I would call a lot of power, but some power.
I'm running about 150 and yeah. Billy, you're about 20 miles over. S9. Yeah. And Butter, area for IPC, representing New York.
You're doing well here, Connor. So's Clark. I'm honestly probably not going to stay on here too much longer just because it's pretty slow QSO and there's a lot of noise and this and that, and I don't think it's really going to improve tonight. Clark's probably already watching Urbex videos.
I moved our frequency to see the peanut gallery down there. What did you say, Bill?
Oh, yeah, no, I said, I bet Clark is already watching Urbex videos.
I know how to summon him.
What am I doing?
Urbex videos.
That's a great idea. Let me go check them out.
No, watch my video first, but don't go yet. I still want to have a nice QSO with my buddy Clark and my buddy Connor, as long as they can hear me.
It worked. I said Heising reactor and he keyed up. Yeah, but I just got here. Where you going?
Nowhere, but hey, Clark, in my video, when I was talking about, you know, all those chokes that I have in series, yeah, some would call it a Heising reactor. I called it a modulation reactor in the video, and I was very conscious of that as I was filming, and I thought of you at that time. So, just for you, and I thought about it, I was like, hey, you know, I could razz Clark with this and call it a Heising reactor, but nope, I didn't. I called it a modulation reactor. So there you go. W2BTK on Montana Mountain.
Wow. If I were your dad, I'd be so proud right now. And right after Father's Day, too. Oh, look. Phil even liked your video. Do you know you have the #1 most liked post on that entire thread?
Yeah, that's cool. That might make a certain fat guy mad.
Yeah, and I didn't realize it. It's like, it says you, this guy, and 4 others. So that's 7 likes on one post. Holy mackerel.
Wow.
Hey, I don't get 7 likes on a post. And by the way, I am 3 likes short of 100%. Can you imagine that? A 1-to-1 ratio of likes and posts on QRZ. That's why I don't want to post anything, because if I post something, I'm going to drop my average. And I've got what? 1,427 posts and 1,425 likes. I'm 2 likes short of having a 1-to-1 post to likes ratio, and that's amazing.
Yeah, but Clark, you have to look at it this way. Sorry, Connor. Clark, you have to look at it this way. I mean, 7 likes on a post like that is like, it's still like not great. It's a decent ROI on the amount of time that I put into that, because you gotta look at it this way. To type a post with like a certain amount of information in it, maybe, I don't know, you spend about 15 to 20 minutes tops doing that, and that's like a nice, lengthy, well thought out post. That's what you're investing into it, that amount of time. Now, to make that YouTube video, it literally took me 3.5 hours between filming, editing, uploading, creating tags, creating descriptions, doing that, and then I made the post, so that's a big chunk of my day was spent making that, all the things that encompass that post. So 7 likes, yeah, that's a decent ROI, but still, like, not what I would call great.
The night is young.
Yeah.
Come on, that was a 40 over static crash.
And that was Louis before. Lou N9GTO was the station coming in, getting covered by the crashes. But still a decent signal. It's just with the amount of noise, like, it was almost impossible. He says he doesn't hear us at all over RF. He's listening through a web SDR. So that just goes to show you it's not that great out here tonight, folks. W2BTK.
Oh, yeah, GTO, the guy who yells at me.
He loves you, Clark.
I know. I should be relying on him for more of my likes.
He asked for a link to the thread we were talking about, so I think he's reading it now. Have you posted in that thread yet, Clark?
No, I don't want to post anything until I reach 100%, a 1-to-1 ratio.
To have his post clout.
Clark's got tons of post clout. I mean, that's hard to do, dude. 1-to-1. Everything you say on the website gets a like. That's tough.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to muss it up. I've got like 99.85 percentile right now.
Yeah, but you see why it's detrimental, like, you're not posting just because of that ratio, you should post things all the time and then just, have a little bit of a lower ratio but more outreach.
I didn't care until I got close. Someone saw that and said, quote, "Damn it, man." I said, "What's that?" He said, "Do you realize you have almost a 1-to-1 post to likes ratio on QRZ?" And then I looked at it. I was never conscious about it before. Now it's like everything.
Oh, boy. I'm waiting for the person to get on tonight that was badmouthing me last night. They didn't think I was listening. Man, why are you guys so loud? And why am I so weak on Billy's receiver? What the heck?
You're not that weak, Connor, but your audio frequency response is not helping things. It's, I don't want to sound like a jerk, but it's a little bit muddy. If you would play with the EQ a little bit, try to get a little bit more clarity, you'd be a little more effective. You wouldn't, for the amount of signal you have, you'd be pretty strapping, but it gets a little rough, I would play with the frequency response there, and I'm only saying that because I love you, bro. I'd be afraid to say that to most people, but I know you will take my constructive criticism and turn it into something amazing.
Yeah, I knew that because I'm listening to myself in the monitor. The way I'm accessing the remote right now, I don't have the grand sound. Lovely. Let me try and connect with Smart SDR. It wasn't working earlier, so I had to go through the regular client. W4, I prefer carrier.
Yeah, you could probably just crank some highs in if you were lazy, but the best way to do it is to try to pull the, those resonant low mid frequencies out a bit and then raise the overall gain back up so that you don't lose any loudness and you gain better frequency response. What are you doing, Clark? Why so quiet?
Uh-oh, your video's buffering.
Oh, you're going to be gone for 18 minutes now.
Ah, you'll live. You've got Convoy there.
Convoy, man. Yeah, that was a fun movie to watch, I tell you what. The Rubber Duck, all those dudes. I mean, they just had regular 4-watt CBs, and geez, they were communicating.
Oh, that is old school CB.
That was back when like CB was something else. I wasn't around in those days. I was around for like we've got cell phones now and GPS, so anybody left on the CB is just there to cause trouble.
Yeah, but look how many great artifacts you have. You've got a whole museum worth of CB from back in the day.
You know, in my video, if you pay attention when I'm showing the Viking 2, if you look below the large red rack that it's sitting on, that entire bottom part is filled with Cobra CB radios. You can see them in the video.
Ah, yes, a real flea lips pleaser.
You know, he's been coming in my YouTube videos and like razzing me about stuff. I tried to escape him, like I left all his... You know what? Screw it. I'm not talking about it anymore.
And I'm going to show you a little bit of what's going on in the transmitter room behind me.
Ooh, please do. Yeah, the audio is not the best on that thing. That's just the GoPro mic picking me up. So it is what it is. And then later in the video, I talk into my normal mic, but it sounds like weird because the GoPro mic has like 20 to 20K frequency response. And then all of a sudden you start hearing me with all the highs cut out and limited to 7.5. And it's just like, what?
You recorded this on a GoPro? Is that why it's got the fisheye effect?
Yeah, but later on in the video when I'm doing the, the schematic and the calculations and stuff, that's with my varifocal, like, webcam.
Oh man, there's like an ad every 10 seconds.
No, dude, my channel's not monetized. There should be no ads.
There should be subtractions.
Let me hear that thing, Connor. Did you change stuff?
I'm now on Smart SDR, so I can access the Hi-Hi Fine Business Equalizer. W4I prefer carrier.
Yeah, dude, that's better. That you just have a more even frequency response. Before, it was just way too much, low mid frequencies. That's way better, and you still have your lows, So, good on you.
Yes, indeed. Fine business. Yes. Anyway. We're back. W4IPC.
You sound good, man. Now when you fade, I can still hear you.
Modulation reactor, good man.
Yeah, I knew you'd like that. And Clark, I really was thinking about you when I said that. And I almost said Heising reactor, but I was like, you know what? No, let me just... No.
Think of the hell that would have been unleashed in the comments if you did do that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the semantics police would have got me, but anybody who's like, you know, just in it for the information would have let it go.
Let it go is not synonymous with didn't know any better.
Well, I do know better, and when you hear me saying Heising reactor, it's just to get a rise out of people. Although it has been an accepted way to, like, say that, modified Heising for a long time. A lot of old-timers say that.
Yes, my end-fed dipole.
Well, I'm technically running 2 end-feds in phase symmetrically doubled, but I just say doublet.
It's like the collector voltage on a 6146.
Now that's unexcusable. No, you can't say that. Connor, I'm sorry. Everybody's strapping you. Go ahead there, buddy.
Oh, I'm just sitting here, taking it all in.
Wait, you're just what there?
Nothing.
Yeah. I'll let it go.
We're done all talking at once.
Shh. Be very quiet. I'm hunting wabbits.
Oh, did you know he's not allowed to have a gun anymore? Because, Lord knows why.
Man, my childhood is ruined.
I know. What is my bandwidth? I might be a little...
Oh, you know what? Now would be a fine business time to pull out all my filtering and just see how wide I am, because there's nobody on the band. Let me do this real quick while I'm still keyed up. Go over to full bandwidth. All right, it probably brought up a little bit of a noise floor, but I'm gonna let a couple of S sounds rip. She sells seashells by the seashore. Oh God, yeah, I've got energy that's way out there, huh? But it's really not that bad. I don't think anyone's receiving me quite well enough for me to really be ripping anything up. And also, ever since I terminated my receiver on transmit, like literally right on the back of the receiver, I don't overload my SDR anymore, so it's not like it's not stupid.
Wow. Quoting a 1956 QST article for his 3-diode limiter. Quoting something that was written decades before he was born. Very impressive.
Billy, when you did that, I couldn't zoom out far enough to see the S's. Oh, boy.
Yeah, well, I for the amount of power that I'm running, I probably don't have very much signal, so that just justifies it. That's all. It's a rough night, man. It really is. If you'd like to see something, I would honestly like to see. I'm gonna change something over here, Connor, and you let me know what happens. I'll be right back. W2BTK.
We're in the math part.
Billy's gonna go change from amplitude modulation to modulation.
Uh-oh.
Oh God, hold on.
Oh God.
there, Connor. How are we doing over there now? Just for ha-has, I want to see something here. This is W2BTK in some of the worst band conditions that I've seen in a while. And we're testing something out. Hello, radio? W2BTK.
Here, sir, T over.
30 over. That's hard to do tonight, man.
I'm just watching that little needle over there. That little needle on the left on your screen. Well, not on the screen, it's on the right of the screen, but on the left of the rack.
Yeah, well, band conditions are not very good tonight, Connor, I gotta say.
My signal has become more strapping in your receiver. Funny how that works.
Yeah, well, I didn't change anything that has to do with your signal.
Yeah, Billy, should I tease Clark with the amplifier?
No, don't tease Clark. Clark's my friend, and there's no reason to tease Clark. I had the chance to tease Clark today, making my video, and I could have said Heising reactor, but I didn't, because I didn't want to tease Clark. I wanted to please Clark.
No, I'll tease Clark real quick. Hold on, watch.
Connor, just don't say anything about watts or anything like that. Just do what you're going to do, all right?
Oh, I didn't say nothing. Oh, yeah, I didn't like that. Anyway. What's that weird little radio on your desk? Looks like... I don't know what the heck that is.
This one I got my hand on, and I know there's a delay, but this is a 2-meter all mode. It's a Kenwood, TR Tango Romeo 9130. Here, I'll turn the power supply on.
Oh, that's how you know it's a good one. When it starts with TR. You gonna start doing, satellites there, Billy? Oh man, I am hitting the peak limiter. You gonna start doing satellites?
No, I have that, and I use that. I put a tone board in it so that I could beat repeaters, and, I could do single sideband on 2 meters, which is actually pretty fun.
Yeah, who the heck? 3875 now. Or 73. Good lord, their modulation is out to 3910. Anywho, it's a cool looking radio.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that over here, Connor. They must be a lot stronger where you are than they are here, because I didn't even know there was somebody down there. My pan adapter's pretty zoomed in, so I'm really only seeing what's going on this frequency. If they were to key up on 3875, I could see the carrier, but that's about as far over as I can see.
Yeah, they're around 20 years. And they got a bunch of background noise in earlier. It's like... I can see it on the pan adapter when they just carrier. It's not a carrier. I can only assume who it is. Anyway, you're still... I watched your video on your rack. I thought that was a cool video.
Oh, you watched the video on my rack? Yeah. That's a hot topic. I mean, a lot of people want to see that kind of stuff. I know from the band that I used to hang out on years ago. That's like a super hot topic, and everybody's always kind of wanting to know that kind of stuff. It seems like whenever I make a video that's kind of mentions CB or is about like CB stuff, it gets a lot more views than the ham stuff, to tell you the truth, Connor.
Yeah, well, because CBers watch it, and then the hams watch it to bash it. Yeah, well, it's a pretty cool rack you got there. You got a nice rack, Billy. Nice rack.
Why, thank you.
And by the way, your stream quality is fine business.
Yeah, I just checked. I've dropped 0 frames tonight, which is really, really good. And I'm streaming, well, I was at 4,900 KB before. I'm about 4675 now. So it should be pretty decent. It might be on the downstream end, but my upload is just fine at this time. So I'm not sure what's going on. Twitch is weird with that stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm watching now, and XG, it must be on his end because, yeah, I'm seeing, let me see, what's it playing at right now? What's it playing at right now? It's playing at 1080p 60, and it looks it.
Yeah, usually I get a few dropped frames. No dropped frames tonight at all. So it's been a pretty consistent upload, just under, 5 KB per second, which is decent, not having any internet trouble over here. But then again, who knows what's happening out there on the other end or this or that. But it as far as my internet metering is telling me, I'm doing fine here. It lets me know when the stream upload gets crappy. And hey, Jim's back.
Yeah, Billy, you better reach over to your left there. You better reach over to your left there and knock on that desk. Looks like it's made of wood. Because you know what's about to happen now that you're talking good about it.
Oh, there's a non-GTO. I'm hearing you now, Louie. Hey, you're doing pretty well, man, considering the conditions suck right now.
I hear him too.
Wait, you're running 25 watts? Oh man, I didn't get that last one. I thought you said you were running 25 watts. That's insane.
25 watts on a full wave loop. S9 here, great signal here.
Oh, Connor, you strapped him, but damn, 25 watts in a full wave loop. That's impressive, Lou. That's pretty impressive. I gotta play with my AGC, and then I'll probably hear you fine. Hold on, let me do that. Oh, there we go. I think you said something about the Transformer video. Connor, are you hearing him better than me?
I mean, I can remember everybody saying he was a lot rarer just a bit ago. I heard that. He said, "I'll be right back."
All right, Lou. Yeah, that's impressive that we're hearing you at all. You're way out there in Nine Land, and the conditions are just crap tonight.
+4. K9 EID, huh? Jimmy. Of course I'm talking to Billy. You know, apparently Bob hangs out on here. I've never heard him, though. I've never heard him. I think it's an urban legend. Maybe Clark knows.
Clark's probably balls deep in some Urbex videos right now.
No, I'm looking something up.
Urbex videos?
What are you looking up, Clark?
The formula for calculating modulation impedance.
It's V divided by I equals R. Plate voltage divided by plate current equals mod impedance of the final.
There's one variable that's missing.
Well, oh yeah? It's good enough to find a turns ratio, though. What am I missing?
I can't remember the letter. I thought it was K, but there's one more letter in that formula because depending upon what class of operation, like in your case it's class C, that RF amplifier is only drawing current for like 50% of the time, which means that the impedance is going to be half that which you're calculating it to be, because all of the power is being consumed in half of the cycle.
No, that's true, and that's why the whole thing is prefaced with, like, this is how you figured this out for a high-level modulated, final running in Class C.
Yeah, but a Class C would be the E over I gives you R, and then R would be divided by approximately 2 for Class C.
Yeah, just straight Ohm's law was good enough for me. I mean, it works. And I haven't gone that deep into it. I've figured it out other ways too, like when I didn't have a way to measure like collector current on something with like a solid state final, I would just use input power, and use wattage.
Okay.
I got a contest to do in 30 minutes, so I'm going to 40 meters. This is N. W for I prefer carrier.
He's a sting animal.
All right, Connor, I'll catch you later, man. Nice talking to you out here. And it sounds like Clark's gearing up to make a post.
I am not making a post.
Send me to rehab, and I ain't going to rehab.
Damn, Louie, yeah, you're not doing too bad down here.
You're not doing too bad either, big boy.
Yeah, but I'm not running 25 watts. I gotta try pretty hard.
I ain't running 25.
$25 too. I'm running a pair of 400 flashlight this 1000 over.
Oh, damn. Yeah, well, hey, it's amazing we're able to talk at all.
Yeah, it is. I got a thunderstorm around me, over.
Yep. Well, the 1000's doing its thing, man.
Hello, Mr. Clarkster. How in the hell are you?
Whiskey 2, X-ray Golf.
Holy crap, Tommy, you got a hell of a signal tonight.
Yeah, we got a hell of a signal tonight. Do Blackie. Lock it in with the knob.
Well, I can't hear nothing. I see a couple carriers, but I'm not able to make any of that out.
That's N9 GTO Lou way out there in Nineland. But damn, Tommy, this is like the most strapping I've ever heard you. Like, seriously. Do you see yourself on the feed?
Oh, that's weird, man. I'm going right to my dummy load. Huh.
Yeah, just run that. Run the dummy load all the time.
Alright, done.
Yeah, put a key in line with the dummy load. Well, until you hit the receiver, it'll do just fine.
Oh, man, my wife just texted me. Almost. Great.
Ooh, you went way down on that one. But I heard your wife texted you. I didn't hear what about.
She's almost home.
That was the weirdest thing, dude. You were like strapping as hell, and then you went to kind of quiet. I have to adjust my AGC again.
That's because the band's getting ready to go live, my friend.
And hello to Boston Buzzy, if that was the Boston Buzzy out there. I'll be right back. I got to hit the command center.
The thinking change. See, now it looks like I'm like 20 over here.
Gushing, the wind blowing everywhere. That's at least W2BTK could hear me.
I think that was GTO that just there. Whiskey 2 X-ray Golf.
It's all your fault, Billy. Your fault, right here. All your fault. 10-9 GTO.
I am fully prepared to blame Billy for all my shortcomings.
Wait, what?
You heard me.
Don't blame me for your own inefficiency. Oh, man. What a good song. You guys listen to Prime Minister?
Don't blame me for your own efficiency.
That's right. No excuses on the bowl.
I just listened to Primus. Man, you peed really fast. I guess you're not sitting down to pee anymore.
Wait, what?
Billy sits to pee. Pass it up.
It's so in and out, man. These conditions suck.
I do, but you need to stay in there until they get good. Over. We got wave out there.
Alright, there, I adjusted my AGC a little bit, so it's like just starting to pull all the noise up, which means when you guys key up, I'll hear you at max volume.
Radio Rehab will be multi-millionaire.
I gotta put on like headphones or something, man, and then I'm gonna get a headache. I don't know how much longer I can hang out here. These conditions are brutal, man.
Radio has a different setting for AM carrier power.
It's an ICOM. It probably works all weird.
Hi, crap.
No!
Whiskers 2 extra gonads.
Yeah, Whiskers 2 extra gonads with N9 GTO from W2BTK on Montana Mountain. Yeah, guys, I might have to call it a night. I'm gonna start getting a headache soon if I keep doing this. So, Tommy, Louie, Clark, if you're still out there listening, I'm gonna pack it in for the night and I'll go talk to my chat for a few minutes here, but I'm gonna hang up the radio thing for the night. It is just, these are really, really piss poor conditions out here. So pleasure talking to all you guys, and we'll try this again tomorrow night. Hopefully we got some better conditions. W2BTK. Bye-bye. Man, yeah, the static crashes are just kicking my ass, man. And yeah, Montana Mountain, I mean, it's basically in PA. I'm about 4 miles from the PA border, but I'm on the New Jersey side. Where is the mic on this room? Oh yeah, I'm the only one that can talk into the mic. Until I make a Discord, I might make a Discord, then you guys could go in there and we could have voice chat. That would be pretty cool, right? I haven't quite got that going yet. Yeah, that exactly. Making a Discord will introduce Discord, but it might be cool. I don't know. It might be worth having. Jim, yeah, you'll get over that, Jim, when you get licensed and you start yakking on the radio. That'll be out the window within a week. Yeah, I could patch you guys through Big Blue. I'm sure that would be good until it's not. But Yeah, who knows? I could make a Discord. I have Discord. I have to look in how to actually make like a channel on Discord though. But for those of y'all watching, I was hard at work today making YouTube videos. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Whoop. It's my YouTube channel. I made a video today. And you guys all see what's going on out here at the operating position, but I made a video about what's going on in the room behind me, and shows all that crap, what's going on in there. And I even drew a schematic and did some calculations and show you basically how to do exactly what I'm doing. Let's see. Yeah, once you get your ticket, you lose self-respect, dignity, and then you lose the mic shot. You're able to pee in crowded restrooms. Next thing you know, you're 80 and strutting around the gym locker room without a towel. Yep. It's ham radio, baby. Oh, God, Tommy, you're the best. Yeah, Jim, I know you watched that. Kind of just throwing it out there for people who might not be aware of the YouTube channel, but I have been putting some time and effort into it, so it'd be cool if you check it out, and if you like it, even maybe click the subscribe button. But I'm not telling you what to do. Yeah, operating position. It's a nice one. I mean, you know, I've compared to where I was before in the transmitter dungeon with all the noise and heat and everything. This is great. And my cat even hangs out with me out here. She didn't like going in the transmitter room that much. Yeah. This has been a crazy night. The radio sucks. The conditions are horrible. Boo Boo got some treats though. I think 2 people redeemed the give treats to my cat reward, so she's a happy girl. She ran off somewhere. I don't know what she's doing. Maybe there's been like a big surge of like stuff going on in the basement. Maybe there was a mouse down there or something, because she's been very interested in that. I live out in the middle of like fields and everything, so we do get mice occasionally coming in from the farmlands. Oh yeah, honestly, if you want to see that, I made a video about my antenna system where you can kind of see the layout of the area going on around here. That's on the YouTube channel too. So yeah, you can check that out. I upload all these Twitch streams to YouTube also if you are, you want to go back and see something that you missed or whatever. If there was something interesting happen, you can like rewind it and play it again. So I don't know what's going on, chat. How you guys doing? Like, yeah, I'm pretty much done for the night with the stream. I just figured I would hang out and do a little bit of just chatting with you guys in case there was questions or you want to say hi or whatever, Open mic night, that's right. Hey, Bruce, what's going on, man? Thanks for popping in. Yeah, conditions are horrible. I'm starting to get a little bit of a headache from listening to all the lightning crashes. Hi, whatever. Yeah, exactly. Just say hi. But no, I have fun hanging out with you guys after I'm done operating. More Boo Boo? Yeah, she ran away. I don't know where the hell she is. Is she in here? Nah, she's probably down in the basement, like, doing something. More BTK. Yeah, well, hey, that's what this is for. When I'm not live streaming, you can go there, get all the BTK you need. Oh, yeah, Garden State Games, man. That was the... There's a big hockey tournament, ice hockey tournament I used to play in, when I was a young buck. Go to the Garden State Games every year. I had a lot of fun doing that. I played a lot of ice hockey when I was younger. Tommy thinks I look like a Canadian gas station attendant, and I've never met one, so I don't know, but I guess I do. K3FEF sounds better. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I do have all my teeth. But well, you can't see it. I got a little bit of pube hair down there, but I've got 2 really big scars on the bottom of my chin. One is from a hockey puck. They took a slap shot from the blue line, and I was in front of the net playing defense, and it just kind of skimmed the bottom of my chin and hit me right in the Adam's apple. Went down on the ice, and when I got up, my jersey was soaked in blood like this, and everybody was just like, oh my God. So we went in the locker room, and they glued it shut. They had that medical glue stuff. Never got stitches. We just glued it up. That's probably why I have a nasty scar on the bottom of my chin. But it's not Netflix time yet. That's going to be a little later. I got to do a little bit of editing. I'm going to upload this stream to YouTube and do all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it is a rough game. Depends on who you play with. Yeah, no, super glue does work. Yeah, no, I'm not going to get into that, Tommy. No, I don't really have to. I used to use the K3FEF a lot to listen when I was at my parents' house because the noise floor was terrible over there. It was usually like S9 or 10 over S9, just noise. But it's so quiet up here where I live now, I can pretty much hear everything that's going on. I mean, nights like tonight are the exception when it's just lightning crashes out the ass and it just, the propagation isn't good. But he might have been hearing better than me tonight. I don't know. But on most days, like I pretty much hear everything from this location. I mean, I got no neighbors around, no noise pollution, electrical noise, you know. Pornhub drum riff? I don't even know what that sounds like. I mean, let me check QI. Oh, QIX's SDR's back up. I know that was down for a little while. That was a good one. I mean, he's got a dipole up real high. And pretty much hear everything. The only bad thing about QIX's SDR is it's 75 meters only. That's kind of why I like mics, because you know you can cruise all like a bunch of different bands on that thing, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Let's see. Oh God, Tommy's posting a YouTube link. I'm opening it now. Oh, yeah. No, I do know that drum riff, but yeah, I mean, you could make that your ringtone, I guess. My ringtone is Cemetery Gates by Pantera. Yeah, exactly. No, we've all seen Pornhub. I mean, like, if you say you haven't, you're lying. I know. Tommy 2 Watt, is he listen? Oh, dude. I mean, rest in peace, Tommy 2 Watt. He's up there. Hopefully he's listening. Yo, peekaboo, man. Get your pull. What's going on, brother? I was just about to shut down the stream, but I'm doing a little bit of just chatting before I pack it in for the night. The band sucks, man. I had to get off the air. I was getting a headache listening to all lightning crashes, man. Damn. Yeah, get your pull, man. Yeah, no, Cemetery Gates. That's been my ringtone for years, dude. Years. That was cool as hell. I went and Yo Peekaboo there in chat, man. I went and stayed with him down in Texas, and we had a really good time. We actually went to Dime's house. We got a little tour, got to see you know what's going on over there. Really cool, like you know, very, very, very cool stuff, man. I'm super grateful that I got to see that. Song request: Red Peters, he ain't getting shit for Christmas. Definitely copyrighted. Yeah, I don't even mess with music on the stream, man. Oh, dude, yeah, Texas fajitas. He even made like a Texas antipasta salad. We did it all, man. Rock crawling. That was so much fun, dude. Just pouring those big Jack and Cokes, like, man, like this big, you know, like getting in the rock crawler and riding out. We would wheel until the sun came up. Man, that was fun. We got to do that again, bro. Steve's receiver's not too noisy. Yeah. Oh, dude, yeah, we had barbecue. We went to the Tex-Mex joints. I said I liked the jalapenos. They brought me out these big, fat jalapenos. That was just, ugh. That was a good time, man. You got a 24-volt opto-isolated relay bank. I got a couple opto coupled relays going on. Actually, no, you know what? I took those out. And I'm just using P&B stuff now. But, oh, dude, yeah, that chick was hot. What the hell was that place called? We went to some restaurant, and there was some, I don't know, very, very wholesome, just straight up like Texas chick with the cowboy boots and all. And I was drooling over her. I think I was in love, man. Took the dog for a walk and happened upon a domestic dispute. Damn, well, hey, Beechwood Mountain. I've seen some of your neighbors. I don't find that too hard to believe there, Mr. YC 156. I didn't ride a goat, but there were a bunch of like wild cows and stuff like that all walking around. I stepped in cow pies, which was new for me. Like the first time it happened, I kind of freaked out and I was all like, oh man, like what the hell? It's a big pile of shit I stepped in. And everyone just laughed at me like, yeah, we step in them all the time. Like they're everywhere. Like you'll get used to it. And I was like, man. Rodeo Goat, that's right. Dude, that restaurant was good. I liked that place. Rodeo Goat. That was in, what was it? We were in downtown Fort Worth. Was it Dallas? The downtown area. That was good stuff, man. Yeah, Fort Worth. That was good stuff. Man. Yeah, that was fun. I flew into Phoenix, and me and my buddy Sean drove down to Texas to Mr. Peekaboo's ranch down there. Spent a couple days, and then headed back to Fort Worth. Dallas. Yeah, all right. Screw Dallas. We were in Fort Worth, man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we want to hear the recording. I doubt he recorded that. He wouldn't want to. Corpse Christi. Cannibal Corpse. Man. Oh, you guys are fun. Trying a new brand of wine tonight. It's not bad. I like it. It's like a dark, bold red, but it's lighter than the other stuff I was drinking. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. You probably wanted nothing to do with it there, Tommy. But that's fun. See, when I walk the cat, I don't usually see anybody. I could walk a mile over here where I live and not see a single person, which is kind of how I like it. One of them neighbors. Oh, damn. It's starting to rain hard. Holy crap. That came out of nowhere. Damn, dude. Deliverance. Nah, it wasn't quite like that, man. It was pretty hip, I gotta say. But oh my God, it just started pouring so hard that it's overrunning the gutter. Jesus. Yeah, that happens over here every once in a while. That's the one thing about living on top of a mountain. When there's weather, I mean, you get weather. Oh, damn. Yeah. I'm lucky. I get a garage. My Mustang stays in the garage. Someone else called it in. Oh, damn, it was that bad. Just watched to make sure nobody got killed. Yeah. Dude, that Jersey sucks. You can't walk around with your 9, unless you're on your property. Then you can walk around with your 9 all day, but not when you're walking the dog. Jersey gun law is simple, man. It's just no. You know, it's easy to remember. No. Yeah. My family's into firearms. All my brothers, my dad, my mom. My parents just moved to Pennsylvania, and it's much different out there. You can have a lot of stuff you can't have in Jersey. What video editing software do I use? DaVinci Resolve 16, the freeware version. Yeah, Texas doesn't care. You can actually get carry permits and stuff. The only way to do that in Jersey is if you know somebody. Yeah, less taxes too, Jersey. Well, I suspect after all this Corona stuff, I mean they're throwing an extra $600 on top of the unemployment, and that it ain't free money. Hello, I'm expecting my property taxes to go up like crazy next year because of all of this. But hey, you can make a decent buck in Jersey. It's a little, you know, it's just it is what it is. It's where I live. But yeah, good stuff. A lot of good chats tonight. I had fun on the radio anyway. Look, there's nobody out there now, dude. It is dead on the radio. It's to be expected though. And yeah, it's storming pretty bad over here on the mountain now. Is my shack in the basement? No. This is my living room here that I'm sitting in, and then the room behind me that you saw in the video today, that it used to be, it's supposed to be a dining room, but it's like my transmitter suite. Get this, Bill, no more school lunches. Everyone gets a $300 plus debit card to feed their kids. Wow. I don't know. Property taxes on 10 acres there are $1,900. Oh my God, dude. Don't talk to me about that. You don't want to know what I pay for 1 acre up here. It's not $1,900. It is considerably more than that. And all the armadillos you can eat, yeah. Connecticut taxes, yeah. It's all going up, man. It'll never go down. But, I mean, you know, there's plenty of things I could sit here and bitch about. I just wish they would kind of open the state a little bit. I mean, I realize that there's coronavirus out there, but I think it might be a little blown out of proportion. I don't know. There's more agendas than that at play. Just my opinion. Roadkill. You pay $300 for 3 acres in Tombstone, Arizona. Oh my God, man. Jersey is ridiculous. $4,500 a year. Yeah, that's like a familiar looking number to me. But you probably have a crap load of land. I mean, dude, where my parents were living, I used to live in Berkeley Heights, New Jersey, and they had a small lot, and it was like $14,000 a year in property taxes for some 100 by some 100 lot. And you can carry a gun around. Yeah. Well, not in Jersey. You're in a townhouse, $2,000 a year, and you're just outside Minneapolis. Dude, yeah. Pretty much everywhere is cheaper than Jersey. It's I don't exactly know what we're paying for. All right, Jim, man. I'll catch you later, man. Thanks for hanging out. Oh God, 32 acres, and I mean, Jim, Jim, I'll see you later. But Louis, that's what you pay for 1 acre where I live. Yeah, and Do Kung Fu, yeah, PA. That's the thing. Everybody's fleeing New Jersey to go to PA. I know my parents just did it. They got a house out in PA about a year and a half ago. And hey, Bruce, are you leaving, Bruce? I guess everybody's cutting out. Go make nice with the judge and get a carry permit. Yeah, exactly, Tommy. You got to know somebody. It's the only way you get a carry permit. Not that I need one or really want one. I don't even want a firearms ID card, you know. But yeah. Oh yeah, you have to pay to move out of Jersey. They charge you an exit tax. It's ridiculous. It's truly ridiculous, you know, but I guess what you get what you vote for. Tommy. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'll probably move. If I move 4 miles west, I would be in Pennsylvania. But this location kicks ass, man, and all the work is east of me. So the farther west I go, the more I'm commuting every day, and you know, it becomes a trade-off at some point where you don't get home until 7 every day. You got no time for yourself, but you know, you pay less taxes and this and that. I don't know. I've been here about 2.5 years. We'll see how it goes. I like the spot. It's excellent for radio, and that makes me happy, so screw it. But yeah, Peak, my parents moved. They're in PA now, about an hour and 15 minutes northwest of me from where I am now, which is only about 50 miles west from where we all lived in Berkeley Heights. So everybody's moving, and you know, my dad just retired, so he didn't want to get spanked by the Jersey taxes when he retired. So he paid his exit fee and said, "See ya." Is that thing still buried in my parents' backyard? What thing? There's nothing buried in anyone's yard. The thing with the thing? No. There was never a thing. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, never mind, wrong friend. Yeah. Yeah, I you know, for my job, this is a decent place to be. The taxes are way lower out here on the edge of Jersey on the PA border than they are if I was to go east like 20 miles. I'd pay a lot more taxes. So as far as Jersey, it's cheap-ish. You know, one of the cheaper places to live in Jersey, but as far as the rest of the nation, it is god-awful expensive. No. Anyway. All right, guys. I'm gonna shut the stream. In fact, you know, we got some people in here. I'll hang out for a couple more minutes while I look for somebody to raid. I'm gonna dump you off into some kind of something here. Let me browse the science and technology streams, see if anything interesting is going on, and if there is, maybe you would like to watch it. Let's see. I see a lot of hackers and coding stuff, 3D printing, the usual. Let's see. There's the typical booby streamers. I don't think I'm going to do that again. Computer Chronicles. I don't know. Yeah, this is whatever. I'll probably just shut down. Hey, Peak Man, I'll catch you later. Nice catching you in here, man. Thanks for stopping by. The man that done Tommy wrong is there. I don't know anything you guys are talking about. I know nothing. Ooh, there's somebody on 75. Who the hell is that?
398.
Isn't that a cosmetic company?
That is true.
Oh, it's Bear. Looks like conditions are getting better, but I'm done for tonight, man. Conditions are better. But that's it for me. Guys, thanks for hanging out. It's always a pleasure to hang with you guys in here. I'm glad you stopped by. follow the channel. You get some notifications when I go live. I've been working hard on my YouTube stuff. You could go there. 631NJ is my YouTube channel. I made a new video today all about my exciter, what's going on in the room behind me, and some calculations and a schematic. So in case you want to try any of this stuff, it's all written down and figured out. You can see exactly what I'm doing. So give that a look, and if you find yourself watching some of my videos, maybe subscribe to the YouTube. Yeah, like and subscribe, blah, 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 all that crap that everyone says at the end of their stream. But seriously, if you do like the content, it would be cool if you did. With that being said, thanks again for stopping by. And, well, shit, we'll do it again tomorrow. Peace out, guys. I hope you had fun. I'll catch you later.